Faf, in many ways, I guess this is welcome home, isn't it?
Yeah, I must say, yesterday driving into the ground, it was really nice coming back here. I'm very, very thankful for my time at Lancashire. I really enjoyed it. I felt it's played a big role in my journey as to where I'm today. And really good to see all the people are still here. You know, even some of the people that works way away from the game, still remembering me, and for some strange reason I still remember them. So obviously really good to be back, and I'm really motivated to make a good play this next 5 days. As you said, as one of my home grounds where I spend a lot of time. It's good to see that the weather is still exactly the same as we left it. But I know also the drainage here is pretty good.
I was going to say that's a big thing at Old Trafford, always has been. The conditions always play a big part in how the game turns out.
Yeah, and I mean, from what I understand, it's going to be overcast and rainy pretty much for 5 days. So when it is like that, it is there's more in for the bowlers. The ball does swing here and move around a little bit, and we expect that, so that's fine. We have to deal with that. But yeah, obviously, the wicket has changed around. I used to remember batting with the sun shining into your eyes back in the day. The change room has changed. We were here a couple of years ago for the one day, but it was a 5-over game, so it was really, really short. So I didn't really count those. This is the proper stuff. So I'm really glad to be back.
What's the feeling like amongst the squad after the disappointment of the Oval?
Yeah, we understand that pretty much as the series has been going on, it's been an extreme series where one team's on top for a couple of days, and then you rock up the next game, and then it changes completely. So we've spoken about the areas where we can improve from the previous game, but it's important tonight for me that we put that to bed. It's a quick turnaround, so you have to make sure that you put all those things away and focus on the next 5 days. And we know the areas where we went wrong in that previous game. So once again, for me, it's pretty basic. Which other stuff we need to be better at, and if we do that, I know that we'll be really good in this game.
And in terms of your own performances, do you feel as if maybe you owe the side a big innings now?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was very unlucky in the first test, getting caught down leg and one staying pretty low in the second leg, and then two bad misjudgments from me in the previous test. So I'm extremely hungry to make a play for the team, which will be a big test match. But also, as I said, there's a lot of memories for me at this ground. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
And the fact is that the series is still alive from your perspective. You can still get a draw out of this.
Definitely. I mean, I've said it quite a few times that coming to England and drawing a series is by no means a negative thing or a bad thing. England are a very, very good team at home, and to draw a series against them will be a hugely important thing for us. We've got a proud record away from home. Something that I believe is not spoken enough about. If you look at our record away from home the last 8 years, it's remarkable. So we as a team are very motivated to keep that series away from home, to keep the losses on a limit.
After Lords, you arrived, you made some big changes before Test Match. Had another big defeat. Personnel changes, is that a big point that you'll be looking to do?
Yeah, it's you can look at it both ways. For me, it's always really important after a loss that you don't become too emotional, and you do step away and understand what the team needs to do to be better. And like I said, the areas are pretty straightforward. The changes that we made from the first test was in the areas where I felt we were a little bit short in the first test. Obviously, we changed from 7 batters to 4 seamers, which is something that was new for us as a test team. And then it worked really well in the second game, and in the previous game possibly didn't work as well as we would have liked. But I understand that change is in its infant stage. It's really, really, really new to the team. We've been playing 7 batters and 3 seamers for the last 2-3 years. So that's worked well for us. So you will get up and down with that combination, and I think it's important to trust your process, because we are a team that is still searching for the perfect combination. I'll be very honest in saying that we're not there yet. We're still looking for our strongest 11, and that creates opportunities for guys coming in. So, yeah, not too many changes, but obviously if there's areas where you can feel that you will be stronger to try and win a test match, then definitely make some changes.
There seems to be quite a bit of pressure from back home, and a lot of the media are kind of talking about this as make or break, not just for the tour, but also for Russell's future. How much are you feeling that pressure, and is this make or break?
I honestly think that this match has no outcome in whether Russell will be reappointed or not. I think probably they would have made that decision even before over the next 5 days. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. But yeah, if it is Russell's last game, then makes it even more important for us as a team to give him a nice send-off. He's been a huge part of this team, and if he stays on, great. Then we move on with business as usual. But it is obviously a talking point. We know by now that we're used to the coach chat in the middle of a series. There's been a few series when that's been talked about. Yeah, so we understand that needs to take a back seat, and that the focus needs to be on the guys playing. And the coaching staff is brilliant with that. They not for 1 second have they ever heard them speak about themselves and their future. They very much focus on what is important, and that's the team.
Is Vernon completely fit? And what will a completely fit Vernon add? That was missing.
Yeah, Vernon is just going to go through a little fitness test today with he's got a little tight back. He should be okay. Vernon at 100% fit means a lot of things. It means that we can look at playing 3 seamers and obviously play the 7 batters. Vernon at 90% doesn't mean that you can play 3 seamers, because you do not want to be in a position where you have a seamer break down and you only have 2 seamers, because that basically is the test match over right there. I think the one occasion where we managed to pull a miracle off was in Australia with 2 seamers, but you cannot win a test match with 2 bowlers. So if he's not 100% fit, then it's important to look at maybe having 4 seamers.
With the weather around, it's unlikely you're going to get a full 5 days of cricket, and with the scoreline of 2-1 down, is there kind of emphasis or responsibility on you guys to make the running in the game to try and get that series levelling win?
Yeah, driving seeds. Yeah. I think with the weather being like it is, generally if it's like this, it speeds up play a little bit because there's a lot more happening. So you saw in the previous game, it was quite a bit of rain that we missed cricket, but it still finished with almost 2 sessions left in the game. So yeah, overcast conditions does speed it up a bit. There's more in for the bowler, so the game moves a lot quicker. There's a lot more wickets generally that gets taken. So yeah, even if there's a bit of rain around and it becomes a 4-day game, I think there will still be enough in it for both teams to get a result.
Because of your position in the series, do you feel as though you've got to be a bit more proactive, make a bit more of the running?
Yeah, we'll do everything we can to try and win this test match. We're not going to try and draw this last one. And I think the way England play as well, they're not the kind of team that they're a pretty attacking brand team. So the way they play, they put pressure on you as opposition, but also in that they give you a bit of opportunity. So they also, the way they play, can speed the game up quite a bit because they move it forward either with a bat, or they can lose a couple of wickets and you as a bowling team can run through them pretty quickly. So yeah, I think this test match will be once again, it will be the bat that will decide what's going to happen. I think both teams are very strong bowling units. It's the difference in the batting that will make a difference. In the previous test, that was Ben Stokes, who played an unbelievable innings and a match-winning one, and also with Alistair Cook there on day one. I believe that's where they won the game.
You sort of slightly touched upon it there, but both England and South Africa have got wildly different records when they bat first in a test match or field first. Have you got any theories as to why on your side why that would be? Obviously, it's played out in the series with the way things have gone so far.
Yeah, I think this series has just been the weather. The nature of the pitches has been definitely bowling friendly. There hasn't been big scores at all from any of the teams. I also believe that inexperience in your batting lineup plays a role. We have that, so do England. There's a few guys new to Test cricket that is playing for the first time. So with that, you have got no guarantees in that. So yeah, as I said, the ball has played a huge part. And if you look at the experience in the bowling department, they've got two very, very experienced seam bowlers that generally doesn't miss much. And so do we with Morna and Vernon and KG. So yeah, very experienced bowling attacks in both teams.
Does the innings that Dean Elgar played at the Oval, does that act as a template perhaps for the rest of your batting line?
Yeah, I mean that's the way Dean normally plays. I think even the way, I mean, we were trying to save the game, but the way that he batted wasn't any different than he would any other Test match. You know, someone like myself or Hashim, when we decide we want to block it out, we throw the cement and the garage door down. As you saw the way that Hashim batted in that last innings, we try and block it out. But Dean, the nice thing is that he didn't change anything. So for me, there's a lot of positives for him there. For him to be successful in these conditions, now he knows how to put a big innings together. And as you said, as a batting unit, first hand, we understand what we need to do. It's just about making sure that you get a start. In bowling friendly conditions, it's always a little bit harder to get that start. But once you do get in, it becomes really important to take that score from 30 or 40 to 120.